FPL managers, guys, what is up? Today we are looking at my Game Week 15 results, my Game Week 16 transfer plans, and who the hell should we captain in Game Week 16? Let's go! Obviously, guys, we've got to look at the Game Week results first because everybody, and I mean everybody, cares about the success of Budders. So looking here, guys, obviously Salah didn't play, so we got a Nori off the bench. Not really the best bench cover for Salah, but you know, it'll do. And there is a special thanks I want to give to someone too, guys, in this team, because it was 2 game weeks ago I was considering selling Isak and bringing in someone else because of the injury he had. But ever since I decided to keep him, he has got 19 points for my FPL team, and I mean 19 differential points. So yeah, big thank you to you, Isak. Also, to everybody else in my team who got a return this game week, your hard work does not go unnoticed, guys. You are greatly appreciated. Some of you have really been keeping my head above the water, guys. As you can see, my rank in the bottom left, it's not been going up too much. It's not been going down too much. These guys, they're really helping me through it. So yeah, big love. I hope you can all do it for me next game week. Guys, looking at the plans, the transfer plans for game week 16, looking at the team, I am so happy with how this team looks. You know, I don't mean to flex, but this team, it probably looks better than yours, guys. I'm not going to lie, okay? We got 10 amazing players all playing home games, and then also Morgan Rogers, but yeah, he's cheap, you know. I didn't spend much on him, so I don't care too much. Guys, this team looks amazing. From defense to attack, they're all playing easy teams, all playing them at home, and they've all got good data ready to get me the biggest green arrow of all time. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself, but you know, I can just feel it. There's no one in this team I'm really looking to sell. I mean, Morgan Rogers, I could consider selling, but you guys will find out. We'll talk about it later. There's not a lot of good replacements. As well as Mazraoui as well, guys. He has become a rotation risk, which is weird because I think he's Man United's best player along with Amad Diallo, so it doesn't really make sense. But he is on the bench this game week anyway, so he is not an immediate sell. He is not high priority. I can just roll my transfer. And while we're talking about transfers, guys, okay, looking at my team here, we've already established it's an amazing team, but that's, you know, it's not all, guys. This team also has 3 free transfers to its name, and I don't really know which ones to make, guys. I'm so glad they made 5 free transfers a thing this season, because what the hell would I do? I would just be burning transfer after transfer. There's not a single player I want to bring in. I mean, the team would look a lot nicer with Saka in it, but you know, I'm sure Odegaard can do just fine. Fingers crossed. The actual biggest worry with this team, guys, is rotation. There's already been a few players in this team, like Jackson, Havertz, Gvardiol and Mazraoui. Like I said, guys, these players, they play European football and they have a chance of getting rotated like they've already shown me since I used my wildcard. And it's kind of been frustrating. So if there's any more of these shenanigans where my players aren't playing the minutes I want them to, they're definitely going to be up on the chopping block, because, you know, they all play European football, Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, and sometimes they've got to prioritise their best players for those games in the midweek. So yeah, to truly assess what I want to do, I'm going to have to pay attention to what happens in the European games. But for now, I'm happy with everyone. If it comes to Game Week 16 and some of these same players are still being rotated, yeah, I'm going to be mad. Guys, there's still some other players that I need to watch out for, you know, like João Pedro and Cunha, the cheap forwards. Instead of going for them, I opted for the mid-priced forwards, you know, the big dogs. But all they've been doing is getting, you know, small returns and getting rotated. Except Isak, obviously. He is a hero. So those players I've got to watch out for. As well as Bukayo Saka and Haaland, and even Mbumo and Chris Wood, guys. There's a lot of players that are doing well that I don't own, that also have high ownership. So far I've been lucky that my lower owned players have been keeping up. And I think they can continue that. You know, if they did it last game week, they can definitely do it this game week. So the worry isn't too big right now, but you never know, it could be. More importantly, guys, who the hell do we captain? Because there are so many damn good captaincy options. Really good template options, Saka, Palmer, Saka, obviously, even Haaland, and some really good differential options like, you know, Isak, Jackson, and more, you know, there's so many players. So what I've decided to do is dedicate my next video this game week to really investigating and finding out who the best captain is, because on paper, guys, it's Salah. He's the best FPL asset in the game. He's on the best form of his life, and he's the best player in the Premier League, arguably the world. He's probably going to break the record for the most FPL points in a season again, and he's playing home to a mid-table team, so why would you not do it? You know, it seems simple, but guys, captaincy isn't something you should just look at for, you know, a few seconds and be like, yeah, that'll do, that's the right option. There's more things to consider, you know. Look at Palmer compared to Salah. Obviously, Salah's got better data and better form. But looking at playing home to Fulham and home to Brentford, it may not seem like a lot, but playing home to Brentford is a lot better than playing home to Fulham. So it's stuff like that we got to account for. And like I said, guys, with the differential captains, if Salah does end up getting a low score, you know, maybe 1 goal, 1 assist, God forbid a blank, and you've gone with a differential captain in the double digits, you're going to be soaring through the ranks. So captaincy is definitely not something to just pawn off this week. It's something you've got to think about. And real quick, guys, like I promised, looking at these Rodgers potential replacements, you know, we can sell him for 5.4 million. There's not a lot of good options here at all. There's Amad Diallo or a Southampton midfielder. I don't even know his name. That's how little I care. I mean, Amad Diallo's all right. He's been getting the assists, but the expected assists are very low. And looking at the predicted points along the next 4 game weeks, Rodgers still has the highest for any midfielder at his price. And that's during the hard games. And I mean, playing away to Forest, they've got a good defence. Aston Villa could still score a goal or 2. Then they play home to Man City. I don't know, Aston Villa could score 3 or 4 that game at this rate if Crystal Palace could score 2. So that's not the end of the world either. So like I said earlier, reiterating what I said, you know, Morgan Rodgers is a hold, but that's only because I can't get anyone more expensive. I mean, technically speaking, I could sell a more expensive player to get a cheaper one in, then upgrade Morgan Rodgers. The problem is, I don't want to sell any of my players because my team looks so damn good. Maybe next week I can have that conversation with myself, but this game week, we're looking likely to roll the transfer and just spend our entire time figuring out who the hell to captain. Guys, if you were in my position, what would you do with my team? Would you roll the transfer? Would you take someone out? Would you bring someone in? Who would it be? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, if you did make it this far, you are greatly appreciated. And I will see you all in the next video.